houses clinging to sheer vertical cliffs, ancient coffins suspended in mud-air, temples hidden deep within the mountains, as if they never truly belonged to this world. At first glance, they feel like something out of a surreal dream. But every single one of them is real. What's even more astonishing is this. These structures don't just defy gravity. They challenge the very limits of modern human understanding. Even with today's technology, many engineers can only shake their heads and wonder, how could ancient people possibly build such wonders? This is not just architecture. This is the mark of an era where willpower and belief could overcome all limits. And the journey you are about to begin is not just a trip. It is a passage through time. A chance to touch mysteries that still lie hidden within the grandeur of nature. Number 10. Tiger's Nest Monastery. Perched on a sheer cliff in Bhutan, Tiger's Nest Monastery, also known as Paro Taktsang, looks more like an illusion than something real. From a distance, it appears to float in mud-air, clinging to the cliff in a way the eye can hardly comprehend. To reach it, you must hike steep, narrow, and dangerous mountain paths. No vehicles. No easy access. And what's truly astonishing is that when it was built, every single material was carried up by hand. Every stone, every beam, transported through terrain that seems almost impossible to navigate. Just imagining it sends chills down your spine. The monastery is positioned precisely on the cliff's edge, where even the slightest miscalculation could have led to collapse. But it didn't. For centuries, it has stood strong, unyielding against the harsh forces of nature. According to legend, the site was chosen because a spiritual master flew here on the back of a tiger and meditated in a cave. A mystical story beyond scientific verification. But here's what matters. There are no detailed construction records. No blueprints. No technical documentation. Which means, if this structure were ever destroyed, rebuilding it would be nearly impossible. And that's what makes Tiger's Nest so extraordinary. It's not just architecture. It's a one-of-a-kind miracle that cannot be replicated. Number 9. Hanging Temple. Hidden on a sheer cliff in China, the Hanging Temple is one of those structures that makes anyone wonder. How is it even possible? The temple appears to hang in mud-air. No foundation. No massive supporting pillars from below. The entire structure is held up by wooden beams driven deep into the rock. As if one small mistake could bring everything crashing down. But that has never happened. For centuries, it has stood firm against strong winds, heavy rain, and even natural vibrations. What makes it even more remarkable is not just the architecture, but its meaning. The Hanging Temple is one of the rare places where three major philosophies coexist: Buddhism, Confucianism, and Taoism. Three different ways of thinking, sharing one small space on a cliffside. As if this place itself represents balance. During restoration in 2010, experts discovered something extraordinary. The entire structure is connected through a special wooden locking system. No metal nails. No modern materials. Yet incredibly strong. The joints are designed so that under pressure, they tighten even further. A principle so refined that even modern engineers admire it. Given the conditions, high altitude, strong winds, dangerous terrain, building this temple should have been nearly impossible. But ancient builders didn't just succeed. They did it perfectly. And to this day, the Hanging Temple still stands. Not just as a structure, but as a question, challenging everything we think we know about engineering and history. Number 8. Hanging Houses of Cuenca, Spain. In the city of Cuenca, Spain, there are structures that seem to defy the very laws of physics. These houses cling to sheer cliffs, suspended above a deep abyss. No traditional foundation. No safety buffer. Only rock and empty space. Wooden balconies extend over the edge, creating the unsettling feeling that a strong gust of wind could bring everything down at any moment. Yet remarkably, they have stood for centuries. Wooden beams and stone walls are embedded directly into the cliff, with near-perfect precision. No modern machinery. No advanced measuring tools. Yet every stone, every beam, is placed exactly where it needs to be. Even a small misalignment could have caused total collapse. But that never happened. What confuses modern engineers the most is the load-bearing system. Much of the structure appears to be hidden within the rock itself. Some parts are believed to be anchored directly into the bedrock, without deep foundations by modern standards. No original blueprints. No technical documents. Only structures that still stand, like unanswered questions. Through rain, wind, and harsh weather, the hanging houses of Cuenca remain silent and enduring. And from a distance, you're not just looking at architecture. You're witnessing a paradox. Proof that sometimes people in the past achieved things we still cannot fully understand. Number 7. Cat's Key Pillar. In western Georgia stands a limestone pillar nearly 130 feet tall, rising straight into the sky like a giant finger. At its peak sits a small monastery that has existed for over 1,000 years. Just looking at it raises one question. How was something like this even built? No bridge. No scaffolding. No visible trace of how materials were transported to the top. And especially at the time it was constructed, technology was nearly non-existent. The space at the top is extremely limited. Barely enough for a small chapel, a storage area, and simple living quarters. Yet despite all this, the structure has endured for centuries, withstanding strong winds, storms, and the erosion of time. Some theories suggest ancient builders used ropes and primitive pulley systems. But there is no concrete evidence to support this. And even if that were true, executing such a feat at that height and terrain still seems nearly impossible. Today, reaching the top requires a modern metal ladder, which only makes the question clearer. If it's difficult even with modern tools, how did ancient people accomplish it? Perhaps, the Cat's Key Pillar is not just a structure, but a challenge to the limits of human understanding. Number 6. Yingang Grottos. Built in the 5th century, the Yingang Grottos are one of the 3 largest Buddhist cave complexes in China. But the numbers are what truly astonish. More than 250 caves. Around 51,000 Buddha statues. All of them carved directly into sandstone cliffs. Not assembled. Not built piece by piece. But sculpted straight into the mountain itself. Some statues reach heights of up to 55 feet, equivalent to a multi-story building. Just imagining the construction process is enough to leave anyone in awe. Yet, the uniqueness isn't only in its scale. The artistic style here is a fusion of Indian and ancient Chinese influences. Statues with spiral curls and flowing robes clearly reflect Indian Buddhist art, while the structure and detailing reveal strong Chinese cultural elements. Inside the caves, ceilings, walls, and pillars are intricately carved. Figures of celestial beings, musicians, and dancers fill the space, creating an almost surreal atmosphere. What's even more astonishing is that all of this was achieved over 1,500 years ago. No modern technology, no machinery. Yet the precision and craftsmanship still amaze experts today. How did ancient people calculate proportions, depth, and structural integrity on such massive stone surfaces? To this day, there is no fully satisfying answer. And perhaps, each statue is not just a work of art, but a message from the past about things modern humanity has yet to fully understand. Number 5. Mount Lushan. Rising to about 4,800 feet, Mount Lushan is almost year-round shrouded in a dense layer of mist. Not a gentle haze, but a mysterious veil that turns everything blurred and surreal. As if you've stepped into another world. Waterfalls plunge down sheer cliffs, forming white ribbons suspended in midair. The sound of water echoes through the landscape, sometimes thunderous, sometimes soft, shifting with every gust of wind. What makes this place truly unique is that its scenery is never fixed. A slight change in weather, and the entire landscape transforms. One moment, the sky is crystal clear. The next, it's swallowed whole by clouds and fog. But the beauty is only part of the story. The rock layers of Mount Lushan are over 500 million years old. Some even contain fossils of ancient marine life, clear evidence that this place once lay beneath the ocean. Just imagine that. The ground beneath your feet was once the seabed, hundreds of millions of years ago. Beyond that, Mount Lushan is deeply tied to mysterious legends. Ancient people believed this was a place where hermits came to cultivate, seeking immortality. They lived in caves, hidden within the mist, completely isolated from the outside world. And whenever thunder and lightning appeared, it was said to be a sign that immortals were present. There's no scientific evidence to prove this. But standing in this environment, it's hard to completely dismiss the feeling. Even today, some areas of the mountain remain restricted. Officially, it's to protect nature. But some experts believe there may still be undiscovered caves or ancient remnants hidden within. And perhaps, within that thick veil of mist, there are still secrets humanity has never touched. Number 4, Mount Wudang. Rising over 1,600 meters. Mount Wudang is not just a scenic site. It is the birthplace of internal martial arts in China, the origin of Tai Chi, and many other mysterious disciplines. From the very first steps, you realize this place is unlike any other mountain. Narrow paths carved along sheer cliffs, sometimes no wider than 50 centimeters. No railings, no support, one wrong step, and there is only the abyss below. Yet these very paths were once used by ancient martial artists to train balance, a core element of internal martial arts. The higher you climb, the stranger the atmosphere becomes. Certain areas are known to have weak magnetic fields, enough to disrupt modern electronic devices. And yet, martial artists used this very environment to train absolute focus, eliminating all distractions. Throughout history, many masters chose Wudang as their place of retreat. They lived apart from the world, studying martial arts, meditating, leaving behind teachings that were never fully revealed. Some ancient texts even describe unbelievable abilities, that certain practitioners could move through the air for short distances. Not flight, but something beyond conventional understanding. Myth? Or a lost human capability? The harsh environment here is also a test. Temperatures can shift by up to 30 degrees in a single day. From freezing mornings to scorching midday heat. It is this very extremity that makes Wudang the perfect place to train both body and mind. But the deeper one explores, the clearer one realization becomes. What we know about Wudang may only be the surface, and its true secrets may never be fully revealed. Number 2, Gulangyu Island. Covering just 16 square kilometers. Yet Gulangyu Island feels like an entirely separate world, with over 100 European-style buildings from the 19th century. It has often been described as a living museum in the middle of the ocean. Stone-paved streets, old villas, churches, schools, all come together to create a scene of almost unbelievable tranquility. But that peaceful surface is only a layer. Hidden beneath the island lies a mystery that has puzzled archaeologists for years. Foundations dating back to the Ming Dynasty, a completely different era from the structures above. Even more intriguing, a network of underground tunnels connecting the villas. These tunnels are far from simple. They include ventilation systems, humidity control, and were built with such precision that they remain intact after centuries. But the biggest question is, why were they built? No records, no clear military purpose, no evidence of storage use, only silent tunnels stretching beneath the earth. According to local legend, the island's name comes from the sound of waves hitting the rocks. producing an echo like a distant drum. That seems ordinary. But on completely still nights, with no wind, no strong waves, residents still claim they can hear it. A steady rhythm, echoing from nowhere. Even more mysteriously, some ancient maps fail to clearly define the ownership or origin of certain parts of the island. As if this place never truly belonged to anyone. And perhaps, those hidden structures beneath the ground are what truly define it. Number 3, Mount Tai. Mount Tai is not just a mountain. It is the ultimate symbol of power, fate, and the connection between humanity and the heavens in Chinese history. For thousands of years, it has been regarded as the gateway to heaven. The one place where humans could communicate with the divine. At least 13 emperors personally climbed this mountain to perform sacred rituals that determine the legitimacy of entire dynasties. The journey to the summit is anything but easy. Over 7,000 stone steps, winding along the mountainside, built entirely by human hands in ancient times. No machines, no modern technology, yet they have endured for millennia. Along the path, more than 2,200 stone inscriptions and carvings from various dynasties remain. Some are over 1,000 years old, yet still as clear as if they were carved yesterday. Each step upward is not just a physical climb, but a journey back through time. Even more astonishing, the rock formations of Mount Tai are over 2 billion years old. Among the oldest on Earth. Which means, long before complex life existed, this mountain was already here. Ancient people believed that if you could stand at the summit and witness the sunrise, you would be blessed with good fortune and longevity. And even today, that belief has not faded. Thousands still climb through the night, in darkness, in cold mist, just to witness the first light of dawn. But perhaps what makes Mount Tai truly special is not just its beauty. It is the feeling that this place has witnessed rituals, prayers, and secrets that history has never fully recorded. And as you stand at the summit, you may begin to wonder, are you standing on a mountain, or on the boundary between humanity and another world? Number 1, Mount Ma. Rising to nearly 3,000 meters, located between the Sichuan Basin and the Tibetan Plateau, Mount Ma is not just a destination. It is a meeting point of two completely different worlds. On one side lies fertile land. On the other, a cold and mysterious highland. The moment you set foot here, you can feel the shift in atmosphere. Dense ancient forests, white waterfalls cascading from great heights, a sea of clouds drifting along the mountainside. And hidden within all of this, ancient Buddhist temples, standing silently for hundreds, even thousands of years. According to legend, this is where Samantabhadra Bodhisattva once appeared. Many claim to have witnessed the Buddha's light shimmering through the clouds. A phenomenon that science still cannot fully explain. Deep within the mountain, caves and sedimentary layers preserve traces of prehistoric human life. Buddha statues carved directly into the rock. Not only intricate, but carrying the imprint of an ancient civilization. But even all of this is not the greatest mystery. At night, when thick fog blankets the mountain, Mount Ma falls into an eerie silence. And in that silence, ancient records speak of something unsettling. From deep within the mountain, chanting can sometimes be heard. Low, distant, rhythmic. Yet no one can identify where it comes from. No active temples. No people. No explanation. Today, certain areas of the mountain have been sealed off for safety reasons. But what sends chills down people's spines is this. Within those unexplored regions, there may still exist ancient temples, or forgotten chambers, untouched for centuries. And the question remains, are those sounds in the night just natural phenomena, or echoes of a world we have yet to understand? These places are not just human-made structures. They are traces of a time when determination, belief, and creativity seem to go beyond what we can imagine today. no machines, no modern technology. Yet they created things we still cannot fully explain. And the question remains, if they didn't have what we have today, how did they do it? Or perhaps, the truth is, we are still missing a crucial